starting his fast lap. Again, why is the safety car on the exit of turn 1? My goodness, that happened last week and it's happened again this week. Here we go then, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go in Bahrain. Looked like a reasonable start from all of the guys at the front of the field. Jason looked like he got the jump just a little bit. Get on from under pressure from Anonymous into third place. A little bit of wheel banging, 3 wide into turn 1, and a couple of guys having to run very wide. Their gloves and steering wheel got pushed out just a little bit as they go through turns 2 and 3. Jesse and Hugo's, or Jesse and who is that? Clara, in fact. Side by side, and Clara just a little bit of contact there. Clara having to get out of the way just a little bit. They head up towards the final corner.
Oh,
and again.
By the way, gloves and steering wheel running wide.
Yep.
Oh, it's just gloves now, I guess. He's dropping down the order. He was in P5, now he's in P7, and Triton will maybe, Triton does a lunging maneuver in the last corner, but he doesn't get it done.
Gloves was having absolutely none of that. He did not give Triton credit for that. And Triton having to go across the curb on the inside. Triton now.
And Hugos getting possibly past Anonymous. He's got the tyres alongside him, and Triton dives down the inside of Denico. He gets sideways a bit. That was the best maneuver I've ever seen from Triton. And then his 9th position versus Hugos, who will now be under attack by /LP. Is just lurking there, looking for the opportunity.
Triton running deep into turn 3, and he might lose out here to Gloves and steering wheel. Gloves is fighting for this position for all he's worth, as well he's entitled to, but I think Triton is going to get it. At least
what a nice gag off
my goodness, look at this. Triton again running deep in the right-hander. Oh my goodness.
And it's too wide there.
And Gloves, he says thank you very much, takes the position. Lap 3 on Bahrain, and we've had all sorts of fun.
Clara just did a really daring maneuver on /LP of it.
Yeah, we were on board with /LP and Clara.
Yeah, so was I.
Just the Ferrari appeared on the right side.
Oh no! Into his back. Voice crack. Hugos is also not looking too stable. TipsyBob sent one.
Yeah, absolutely sent one into turn 3. He did make it stick. So good stuff from Tipsy.
Clara passing Jesse in turn 1. No, they are still running side by side. Jesse keeps his nose ahead.
Jesse didn't give him any space. That was a bit of a squeeze from Jesse, and passing both of them is Jason on fresh tyres. So thank you very much, says Jason.
And he pushes
wow. Lots of contact there, and Jesse just decides to bail out of it because, that was a dicey situation. Neither of them really gave each other much room, and certainly Clara got squeezed off the racetrack on the entry to turn 3 there. Gloves is fighting with Danico. Fighting very hard, in fact, as they head up towards the final corner. This is for P15, both of them has pitted. And around the outside, very nicely done from Gloves. Keeping a watching brief behind the two of them is TipsyBob. Tipsy is on super soft tyres and going to get a double slipstream here.
It looks like it opened DRS versus the Danico being a sitting duck, and their Gloves just was absolutely collected.
They are the first to blink then in that little battle, as we see behind them, and they've just come out.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Either side of the 3 cars that were battling. That is terrible news for Triton.
Oh, Jesse and Clara running into each other's side, by the looks of it, and Clara squeezes Harzer a bit. Harzer just trying to get past the unscathed, and he has made the first pass work, and now he will try to do the second one. Winnie looking at the position of Clara at the moment as well, and he dives through no problem. Jesse has...
and Triton dives up the inside of both of them and pushes both off track. Oh, that was not the cleanest move, I have to say, from Triton. He absolutely sent it into the very slow right-hander. We got a view from the helicam just about as Vinny and Clara continue the battle. Triton had to get past, but my goodness, did he force his car in there.
And Triton, as you said, behind Hugos trying to get past around the outside now. Will he make the move stick? Both on the same compound of tyres, and he actually moves around the outside.
Yeah, that was good stuff from Triton. It was a really nice move. And Hartza having a little bit of a look to the inside. I think just trying to go defensive. I think Triton eventually getting there. Contact. Yeah, contact with Hugos as well.
Triton makes a defensive move early, and Hugos just...
Well, these two are still fighting here, Hugos and Triton. Hugos just does manage to get past this time. There's a battle involving the other Ferrari as well here, Clara and Vinny. Vinny has DRS, but Clara moving out from the slipstream and going down the inside by the looks of it into the first corner. Good stuff from Clara. Plenty of room given by both. As Vinny actually got himself a penalty for cutting the inside of turn 2 there, and he lost a place as well to OceanChief, who was the opportunist there coming up the inside as they head up towards turn 3.
Triton's still hooked to Hugos' car, and Hugos is driving defensively. Triton takes the slipstream and will now try to do a move around the outside like Hugos did before. I don't know if you had that on camera, but that's... Oh! Hugos mounts turn 1 inside curve and gets launched into Triton. That was unfortunate. Definitely not planned. Anonymous alongside Hartza, but Hartza will probably surrender that position.
No, he doesn't at all. Hartza forces his way alongside. Good stuff from him.
Oh, we've got 3 wide for P14. That is actually great. Effective all the way to the outside, and Tipsy not slipping through there.
Oh, he's got the run, I think, on the straight. I think he's going to be past Jesse here, yeah, and he's got the slipstream as well from Effective. So Tipsy getting himself up to P15. Good stuff from the 3 of them. Actually, Anonymous has under pressure once again here from Hartza, who goes to the inside and now breaks himself a little bit too. And Anonymous did try the over-under. They're still side by side as they go around the long right-hander. Anonymous has to back out of it, so Hartza gets the position, at least for now. Hartza has no battery as well.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue for Hartza. I think he's going to be overtaken and then some here as they go down this main straight. Hartza not able to use his battery basically at all, and Anonymous, yeah, that's not really a contest in terms of straight line speed. It's going to be well ahead before they get to turn 1.
It really isn't. Denico is putting up a fight with OceanChief though. I predicted OceanChief could possibly get points, and now he's kicked out of P10 for the time being by Denico on much fresher tyres. OceanChief not really trying to defend it, even because he's an intelligent driver.
He goes under pressure again here from Triton, and Triton I think is going to be past here as they go into turn 1. He goes to the inside, Triton trying to go around the outside. They're still side by side. Hugos has to give room and has to yield as they go through turn 3. Oh, they're still side by side though. Hugos actually got a reasonably good run as they head up towards...
Now he will have the inside.
He does have the inside into turn 3, and Hugos still side by side. Good stuff from both of them, giving each other room, and Triton just gets his nose ahead and gets that position.
Hugos moves to the inside, and Jason might have a look at both of them as they are running side by side, but they are body blocking Jason effectively.
Oh, good stuff. Oh,
and now Hugos gets pushed wide, and there's the push. There's the pass from P5 possibly. They are running side by side. There's a
tiny bit of contact.
Jason gets up his hand, and Hugos! Oh, they are playing ping pong!
Good run out of the last corner from Jason. Hugos having to go defensive. Battery situation is good for Jason and not quite so good for Hugos, and Hugos I don't think even now is going to be able to stick with him as he just keeps his nose on the inside there, but I think Jason's got that move done pretty cleanly around the outside into turn 1, so good stuff from Jason. The Williams of Get Owned crosses the line, and he's going to be on 50 points after 2 races, a perfect record from him. Astro Boys crosses the line in 2nd. We see him spin out there on the line and then copy with a P3. So great performance from all of those 3. Jason finishes P4 ahead of Hugos in P5, Triton in P6. Go 5 lights and away we go. Edge on pole position, off they go, and I see he's got a decent start there. Edge got a very good one. He's clear into turn 1. Into 3rd place by the looks of it goes Silver.
Oh, and there's a car off. It's stuck Thomas into the wall. He lost a bit of his front wing.
There's all sorts of fun and games going on into the fast chicane there. Rev, and OceanChief get together, and off goes Ocean into the wall. edge.
He's getting a new nose.
About a half a second ahead of Sergio. Sergio's running a little bit wide, hitting the wall on the inside. That was a big impact. I'm not sure whether it got any of the front wing. It looked like he might have been alright. Very close now. Copy having to go to the outside of Bams as they run through turn 8 absolutely side by side. And I think he might just have this or side by side on the exit. Going to be side by side, I think, all the way up towards the far chicane. Who's going to blink here? Bance on the outside, Copy on the inside. Bance. Hello everybody, it's time for round 2 of the SLR Tier 1 Championship on this, I was going to say beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's sort of an overcast Saturday afternoon. I'm, 50 kilometers or so away from Silverstone, where it almost rained today, but thankfully it stayed away. Someone who's always sunny, though, is alongside me in the commentary box, Mr. Thimo Brown. How's it going, Thimo?
Oh, that's so sweet. It's going great. It's actually sunny in Germany, so...
That's good.
I'm in the best mood. I'm looking forward to this race, which certainly will not be sunny, but also not raining, so... You kinda, I don't know.
Yep.
You don't get any of the normal weather conditions in the night here.
Yep, I think that's absolutely right. We got a field of 17 drivers taking the start of this one, and one of them is a very familiar face indeed. If you watched Season 1, we do have Nick TRN taking part in this session. He'll be in the Williams. I believe he's a reserve. So he is certainly going to be the man to beat today, I would have thought. And we have Atrocity joining as well. Did he get in time to do qualifying? That is the...
I don't think he
That is
did.
the question. I don't think he did either.
Without a setup, and he was a favorite for this race.
Yep, absolutely. So that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, people I talked to all seem to share the impression that Atrocity was going to win this race.
Yeah.
Left again.
Well, we have a couple of other people returning. We have Speedy returning. He's obviously a familiar face from Season 1 as well. And obviously Copy 2, so 2 champions in this lineup. Copy in the Ferrari, Speedy in the Toro Rosso, I believe that colour is. I'm still getting used to the F1 2019 colours. I'm never quite sure which is which, but I think that's a Toro Rosso. Yeah, there we go. That is Speedy.
Atrocity has been struck by a bit of bad luck. His game crashed, and OceanChief didn't see it, and anyway.
Oh, and started the session anyway, so he's going to be on default setup. See if he can get in.
That is very unfortunate.
It is a little bit. Sorry, going to be black screen for a second. I'm trying to fix the audio here. You're very quiet, team. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. It might be me. I'm going to boost your volume a little bit. Alright, let's see if that's better.
Whoop whoop.
There we go. That's much better. That's a lot better, actually.
Okay.
So, good stuff. That might be too much better. Let me, alright. Sorry.
Is it possible to
That's fine.
hear too much of me?
I'll turn it back. Yeah, I mean, that's a very good question. But yeah, I'm going to turn you back down just a little bit again. And we are back. So... 17 cars on this Bahrain circuit. We saw the highlights of last year's race a minute ago, or last season's race a minute ago. It was actually earlier this year. But of course, on the last game, we got an interesting strategy situation as well. Lots of people opting for the harder set of compounds and doing their first laps, including Speedy here, on the hard compound tyre. So it seems that if you are good on tyres, you can do soft to hard as a one-stop, and the Invarji won the Tier 2 race with that strategy on Thursday evening. But if you are not quite so good on tyres, then you are going to be forced to start on the medium or do a two-stop. So it's going to be an interesting one, I think, from a strategy perspective as well today.
To be honest, I expect we'll see a very many drivers going for the softs in qualifying. Don't expect many to do something interesting terms of going out on mediums, and also I expect most will two-stop. Just my gut feeling. I think most will prefer the feeling. Most will prefer pushing, being actually quick than nursing tires. On the other hand, this game has of course changed its features a bit. It's harder to overtake now that slipstream has been removed. I mean, it's not as...
Shall we say nerfed?
strong.
Yeah. Nerfed to a considerable degree. So yeah, slipstream is not all that much of a thing anymore. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, it does make a big difference, and track position, I think, is quite a bit more important than it used to be, as Miloš Martika goes fastest of all on a 30.0, but then Speedy beats him by 16 thousandths of a second. Cursed on the
hards.
Yeah, cursed on the soft, Speedy on the hards. That's a very good lap. First up from Mr. Speedy. Boneless Cigar goes fastest. He's into the 29s. 29.4 from him. Dilla in the Haas as well on a 29.6.
Now all the laps are coming in. Praetori is behind Joe and ahead of Bascadinho. Who is Bas, which I didn't know last time.
I didn't know that. Oh, Triton spins on the exit. Was that the last corner that he's just spun on the exit of? Maybe I think it's turn 3, I think. He did a... No, it is the last corner, never mind. So Triton on the hard tyres, looping it on the exit of the final corner.
Oh, that will already compromise... Oh, never mind. Wait. Why did he set a lap time? Oh, never mind.
Because he spun.
I thought he was on an out lap, but I confused him with Tipsy.
Yeah, no, he's crossed the line to finish his lap. Icewind goes third on a 29.9, but Speedy's 30.0. That is a formidable marker, I think, for the rest of the grid. He's going to be very fast. Even on the mediums, I think he's going to be very fast in this session. He can probably do a low 29 on the mediums if he's doing a 30.0 on the hards. So who have we got on a fast lap? I think Mr. TipsyBob is on one. So we'll watch him as he goes through the fast chicane, turns 5 and 6, hits that first apex, and doesn't carry a lot of speed through there. Didn't run as wide maybe as he needed to. And then missed the apex of the hairpin as well. So a little bit scrappy from Tipsy. He's on the mediums on this first run, so I wonder if he's going to be looking to switch to the softs a little bit later on in this session to get himself up the grid a little bit.
I assume he will. There's no real point in going out on the mediums early on, because if you want to do it on the mediums, then you gotta do it as late as possible to get the maximum grip out on track and get the best time out of the tires. So I assume he's just, I don't know, holding a toe in the water and see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Still 12 minutes to go in the session. OceanChief has gone P7 on a 30.5, so good stuff from the Chief. As we're going to see Tipsy cross the line. He does also a 1 minute 30.5, but on the medium tyre. So that's a good first lap from Tipsy, getting himself on the board. As we see NJJ looks like... Oh, what happened to Pixel? Did Pixel die somewhere?
I did not see it.
Let's see, he's certainly out of the session. Oh, I can... oh no, I can't jump to him, unfortunately. I can select him, but I can't jump to him. So NJJ pits. I guess he invalidated his lap.
I guess I don't have him in my friend list. But he is usually in YouTube chat, so he might just be able to tell us. AI didn't bring me into the pits.
So did he run out of fuel? What happened? I don't know.
I don't know. Or maybe... Yeah, probably. Or, yeah, he probably paused and then it drove him past the pit lane. That's just the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. I don't know.
Yep, I don't know either.
Clarify, I would be happy. I'll share the stream in a moment. Oh, it's already... it's already shared. Okay.
Yep, Ocean did that, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
So, good guy, Ocean. As Tipsy think he's going to come into the pits. He's going around the last corner. He does come into the pits, and we'll watch Speedy start his second flying lap, this one on the medium tyre, so we'll see if he can get himself to the top of the leaderboard on the mediums. If he can, that is good news indeed for him, because if you can start on the medium tyre, you're in a very good situation for the race. You only need to stop once and you don't really need to worry about looking after the tyres. Yeah, he probably could have coasted around in low fuel mode, as Jesse is disqualified from the session. Well, oh, that's why. Yeah. I do not know what happened to Jesse, but in any case, he is out of the session, unfortunately, Ben. So he's going to be starting the back. NJJ as well gets disqualified. So both Mercedes, did something happen there? Did something bug out? I wonder if something bugged out.
I think he even got displayed as being in the pit wall at a point where you don't even have control of your car. So
yeah, I don't know. So I think something might have bugged out there. Speedy.
Okay. Okay, no, for NJJ, nothing bugged out. He was just letting people by.
Oh dear. Got to be careful of that, as Nick has also joined. So Nick, the championship leader, is going to join us as well on default setup. Speedy's going to cross the line. He's going to go to the top of the leaderboard with a 29.241. That is a good lap from Speedy. He'll be very happy with that, and he probably won't be going out again if I had to guess. I don't think he's going to be keen to run the soft tyres. He might be there.
We've got Danico, so if
well.
Atrocity did leave again, so I think we're at 19 drivers now.
Yeah, that's reasonably likely. We don't have Hugos as well, of course. The top two in the championship didn't start this qualifying session, but Nick looks like he's going to join the race, at least, starting from the back of the grid. That didn't matter in the last SLR race, of course. He started from the back and won the race anyway, but it's going to be much harder this time on the default setup. As we see, Miloš has just done a lap. He's done a 29.8, so that was good. Good lap from Miloš Martika. Also, we've got Icewind, who's crossing the line, and he goes fastest of all. Boneless Cigar in the other Alfa Romeo. So two Alfa Romeos at the top of the leaderboard right now. Boneless on the 29.214. Icewind with the 29.1, which is a good lap from him. And he's going to be going around very slowly now to try and look after the tyres before the start of the race. We got Shu about to cross the line. He's going to do a 30.0, so he doesn't improve his position, he improves his time by 0.2 or so. We have Etney still in the pit lane, hasn't done a lap yet.
Wait a second. Did I miss something? Why is Astronaut?
Why is what?
Why is Astronaut here? Did I miss something?
I don't know why Astro is not here, but yeah, he is not here. So, don't know exactly why. Copy has gone into P5 on a 29.7 on the hards. That is a really good lap from Copy. Very good indeed. So 6 minutes left in this qualifying session. Who else is on one? Shu has just finished one. Pretorius might be on a lap. In fact, he's about to start his lap by the looks of it, heading down towards the final corner. He's going to turn his hybrid up, I would have thought. Nope, he's going to pit. Okay. So he decides... Oh, he's lost some of his front wing somehow. I don't know exactly how, but that was why. Here is Slash LP in the Red Bull. He's made it safely around his outlap. He's on his hot lap now on the soft tyres. Oh no, this is the outlap, never mind.
I'm pretty sure Speedy will not leave the pits again.
Yeah, I doubt it.
He's at P3 right now, and judging by what he said out of the session, in voice, I assume he will be very happy if he gets it on the medium. And he's currently still sitting in P3. I doubt many people will get ahead of him. And probably not enough to knock him out of top 10.
Oh, Tipsy going very deep in the hairpin there. That was not the optimal line. Didn't lose too much time, but it certainly will have cost him some as he outbrakes himself a lot into the double left-hander, and that is the end of that lap for TipsyBob, unfortunately. So he's only going to have one more go to see if he can improve a little bit more. Slash LP has done a 1 minute 29.7, so that was a good lap from Slash. He's now on his in lap, so he's into the top 5. He displaces Copy. OceanChief on a fast one now. I wonder if Etney's deciding to start this race at the back of the grid. He's done that a few times in SLR before.
Yeah. He's not... I don't think he is planning on... Or I don't think he plans on being in the championship fight, so he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Fortunate for him, he'll be ahead of Jesse and MJJ.
OceanChief crosses the line. He's going to improve slightly. Does a 1 minute 30.2. Goes P10. So here is Triton, who's about to start his fast lap. He's only had the one effort so far on the hard tyres. Obviously doesn't want to start on the soft tyres, so he's on the mediums. And this will be his super try-hard run as he exits the first couple of corners. A little bit squirrely on the exit of 2 there. Seemed to get away with it though. You see a Williams in the background. That must be Etney, who is on his out lap. So he's come out of the pits on the medium tyre, so he's going to do a lap. And we'll see where it ends up. Speedy's on an out lap as well on the soft tyres, so even though he's put that time in on the mediums, he's at least going out on the softs, and he might decide to abandon the lap. Who knows, but he's at least going to go out and see what he can do. Half minutes left in the session then. Let's try a little bit of a lock up into the left-hander there. Looked okay though. Certainly hit the apex. He's gonna just about make it around that right-hander. Outbraked himself a tiny bit for the penultimate corner, but down the back straight he goes. He's got a Ferrari ahead of him. He's going to get out of the way. That's Copy. Nice through the last corner as well. Gets the power down. He's got the DRS open. He crosses the line and he does a 29.6. Good lap from Triton. Into the top 5. Ahead of Copy at the moment at least. Here is Speedy, who got the exit of turn 2 a little bit wrong on those soft tyres. In fact, he's abandoned his lap. He's turned his hybrid off. At least he's abandoned this lap. I don't know if he'll be doing another one.
I doubt he will. It's not viable in Bahrain, in my opinion, doing 2 laps.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is either.
Especially with his current time. He'll be happy, as I already said.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. I doubt very much he will do another lap. We've got still 2 Alfa Romeos at the top of the timing sheets. Icewind and Boneless Cigar with 2 very good laps on soft tyres. Speedy has got the 3rd place lap time on medium tyres, which is very impressive indeed, a 1 minute 29.2. And then Dilla and Triton, who's also on the mediums.
Could go on board with Icewind. Provisional pole sitter, and he is currently in P1. It'll be interesting to see how it goes for him. He had a shot at winning last time. He was, I think, was he in first or in second? I think it was in second, just behind, just holding on to the back of Astro.
Yeah, I think he led the race for a while in Australia, but...
yeah, Astro made I think Astro made a mistake or something, and then Icewind led.
Copy, wow. What a good lap from Copy. P2 as Etney, wow, Etney does a 28.6 on the medium tyres. That is extremely fast. He's blown everyone out of the water here.
I'm very sad that that atrocity decided not to.
Yeah, absolutely. So Speedy looks like he is going for another lap on those soft tyres, so this will be interesting to see if he decides to abandon this one and he retires, having successfully flexed on everyone in this qualifying session. Unfortunately, Speedy's got Slash ahead of him, which isn't going to help him out. What else do we have here? Icewind has abandoned his lap. Boneless Cigar has not improved on his time either, so...
Yeah, I think Speedy just abandoned his lap. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, looks like it. He had a car in front of him, so Bascodini retires from the session as well. Kirst is P9 right now and Tipsy P10. They won't want to be there, but I think they are gonna be there by the looks of it on the soft tyres, unfortunately for them.
That's good.
As we see Slash coming through the final couple of corners. I think we're just waiting for him to finish this lap now. See if he's improving or not. A lot of curve there. Using third gear as well rather than fourth. He's going to cross the line. And Slash LP goes 7th on a 1 minute 29.5. So that is a good lap from Slash. He improved by a couple of tenths. And that is your qualifying session. Etney with a seriously fast lap at 28.6 on the medium tyres. And then Icewind in second on the softs. Copy in third on the mediums as well. And then Boneless Cigar in the other Alfa Romeo on the softs. And Speedy on the mediums in P5. And then a little bit of a gap behind to the rest of the runners. And don't forget, of course, that we are going to have at least 2 drivers starting from the back of the field on default setup. 2 drivers that are reasonably fast. We're going to have Nick, and we're going to have... Was it Hugos as well who joined? Or who was it? Danico it was who joined. So
Hugos has to sweat some AC, so he can beat us up.
That's true,
By the way, speaking of which, after this, AC returns, and OceanChief is our commentator. And make sure you watch it. We've got 12 drivers signed up at the moment, and so it might be worth a watch.
Yeah, should be a good race. Should be a lot of fun. Suzuka, it's a fun track. So we'll see how that goes.
Didn't Bance even plan commentating?
I don't know. We will have to wait and see. But we're certainly going to have Mr. Chief in the commentary box, I believe. So join him for that one straight after this, pretty much. SLR needs to ban Etney from driving. He is not fair to drive. Well, I mean, the thing is that being fast is not... Well, I mean, that's kind of what you're aiming to do in a racing game, isn't it? So
I guess that's the joke.
It's difficult to criticize Etney for being fast. He is an extremely good driver. You can see the tyre situation.
By the way, I said it was sunny, but now that I look outside, it has started. I think a thunderstorm is approaching. So if my internet dies, then you know what happened.
Well, that will be most unfortunate. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You see the cars on the formation lap. We have a full grid of, well, nearly a full grid of 19 drivers. Nick has decided to start on the hard tyres, and Danico has decided to start on the medium, right at the back. And yeah, I wonder if Nick can do anything. I believe he will be on default setup. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure whether it's different to what it was in 2018, but I believe that unfortunately he's going to be on default setup, which is going to make things a little bit difficult for him.
By the way, I don't think we've mentioned Dilla so far. He's in P6, and he's finished P4 last race, so...
Yeah, good stuff from him.
Good job from him last time, and also good qualifying from him so far. Or like, good qualifying from him, good race weekend from him so far. That's more what I'm trying to say.
Yep, he has been. He's showed some good pace in that Haas. He's on the soft tyres, so he's going to have to pit relatively early, I would have thought, but certainly he's giving a good account of himself here today as the drivers form up at the front of the grid. Etney with that ridiculous qualifying lap time, half a second ahead of everybody on the slower tyre.
So
28.6.
let's see what'll happen in Tier 2. This lap was very chaotic, the first one, with multiple accidents. Let's see if everything goes to plan. Gesundheit, Kamerad.
Thank you.
In Tier 1, as the slower cars are going to their grid slots, and I think now that Jesse has parked, everyone's at their grid slot, and we're waiting for the start lights.
I think we are there. We have... Do we have 5 lights? I'm not exactly sure how many lights we have. We're underway though, as Etney gets a reasonably good start. Icewind as well, second on the grid. He's pretty clearly second, and I think Copy is under a little bit of pressure on the outside as they go through turn 1. Jesse retires. What happened to him? Did he crash? He must have crashed at the back of the field. Unfortunately for him, we didn't see it. But in any case, they head up towards turn 3. Everyone else got through reasonably okay by the looks of it. Copy on those medium tyres has managed to retain that 3rd place, but it's as you were at the front. Etney right at the front, and he's stretching his legs from everybody else as Pretorius will get a phantom penalty that I'm sure will be taken off. We have a virtual safety car on lap 1 because of that crash.
Runs into the back of Shu. Oh, and someone gets squeezed off there. Yeah, Triton with a penalty, and I saw that. Unfortunately, there's going to be. Yeah, he'll have to pit. So
he lost.
Don't know if
did he lose his front wing? I'm trying to see what his front wing looks like. He might have lost a little bit.
I'm not sure. NJJ, there's some carbon fiber, and NJJ is parked, and Danico is parked. They held each other up a lot. There what was going on. It's messy.
Yeah, there was a collision at the back as well. I think we're underway, by the way. But there was a collision at the back between Nick as Boneless Cigar decides he's going to extend the track limits a little bit in the fast right-hander on lap 1 as they head down towards the final corner. Boneless Cigar under a little bit of pressure from Speedy in that Toro Rosso behind him. And we're going to see Speedy, I think, trying to get the run here. Not too much of a slipstream in F1 2019, but there is some, so it might be that he gets a little bit. No, he's not gaining basically at all.
Good enough if he tries something. Be a late send. He's putting his nose there, but everything's safe. Everything with the needed respect.
Yep, absolutely. Nobody pits at the end of lap 1, so nobody has too bad front wing damage. Oh, NJ did, yep, you're right. So he's gone onto the hard tyres, and he's going to probably not be able to go to the end of the race on those tyres.
By the way, Cursed had an absolutely atrocious start. I saw that. I was going on board with Bass at the start. It was right behind Cursed, and for me at least, there was no 5th starting light. It just went to go. Maybe it was a glitch on my side, but it looked like Cursed might have had something similar because he just didn't get away at all.
Oh dear.
Basically stalled the start, and he's making mistake for mistake. Cursed maybe cracking under the pressure, and Nick with a penalty.
A 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits.
And that must have been in infamous turns 9 and 10. And actually, Icewind is.
Oh, what happened to Cursed? Cursed is going backwards. As he,
no.
It looks like he had a moment. He's.
Yeah, he probably did. Now covering off pass here.
So
fell behind the 2 runners. Guess he went off track there. And Etney with a good time. Oh,
as Bascodini almost runs into the back of Cursed there. Cursed also almost ran into the back of OceanChief. We got a little bit of a battle here between Shu and Dilla. Shu trying the outside line through turn 1. Is he going to be able to hold it around there? Looks like he is. It's good driving from the 2 of them. And they managed to make it through safely. And Shu looks like he's managed to get the overtake done as they head up towards turn 3. So Shu up to P7 on those medium tyres.
Triton lurks in the back. Oh, wow! Dilla, I thought he was bad to go off. but he's fine. It was just a good old slide.
Well, I was watching Kirsten OceanChief battle it out. Kirsten's managed to get past in the Ferrari, so he's going to be trying to make up as much time as he possibly can on those soft tyres.
The McLarens are lurking in P9 and P10, and they are having a very keen eye on Dilla and Chu. And oh, Triton messes up the corner, and he might get overtaken by his teammate. Yeah, he's slow offline, and he lets 2 cars through, so that's Triton down into P11.
Oh dear,
I don't
Triton.
know if you saw that, but
Triton making an error.
He was surprised that Dilla broke so
Yeah, the
early.
slow
Speaking
car,
of
what
Dilla being
happened?
slow, what is that? Is that a puncture? No, it is. What did he do?
I think he must have had a big moment in the right-hander. Didn't see exactly what, but certainly...
basically parked.
Yeah, certainly was very slow off the corner as we see this battle for second here. Copy with the DRS on Icewind. He's going to try and go up the inside into turn 1, and he makes the move very comfortably. So Copy joins his former teammate at the front of the field. Icewind under a little bit of pressure from his teammate as well, Boneless Cigar, but it looks like he's going to be okay, at least for the time being. So Copy up to P2, 3 seconds already though, the gap at the front between Etney and Copy.
So now basically the 2 SRL champions who both won their championship in an Alfa Romeo car are leading the 2 Alfa Romeo cars.
Yeah, absolutely. It's,
like patterns, and this is very satisfying.
Yeah, it's SLR's very own Kimi Räikkönen's, having competed for Sauber, won the championship, and now they're leading Saubers again. Or Alfa Romeos. Oh, was that somebody? Oh, OceanChief spun. Yeah, OceanChief spun in the background. I just saw it in the background. I was watching the other Renault, and Bass off as well. So I wonder if they collided. They might have done. I don't know.
Basically waited. I would not know a single situation with. Yeah,
Icewind. Oh, Icewind outbreaks himself there in the final corner, and now he's going to be under pretty severe pressure. Yeah. He's got Boneless Cigar and Speedy not too far away behind him as well.
The inside? Looks like he won't, and
lets him through.
Boneless Cigar breaks a lot later. Early braking, Icewind down to P4.
Yep, certainly let him through there. Icewind is he going to have DRS here? He's not going to have DRS here. He's going to go.
But he lets Speedy through.
Let Speedy through as well. So knows his tyre situation isn't the best, maybe Icewind, and lets those drivers with better tyres go through as Pretorius sends one up the inside of TipsyBob. Oh, he absolutely sent one as well. Nudges Tipsy out of the way. Didn't see exactly how clean that was. Tipsy.
Big drift by Speedy there. Around the hairpin.
As Tipsy and Triton.
8, I think.
Yeah. So Triton's going to look to pass his teammate. Triton spins. Oh, Triton just getting a little bit greedy on the throttle there. Exiting the hairpin. And around he goes. He's lost 3 places and a lot of time with that incident.
Tire wear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather gained some tire wear. He's lost tire life.
Looks like he's going to get Pixel here at the inside into the left-hander. But yeah, Triton on the medium tyres, so he's not going to be too bad. He might still be okay to get to the end of the race.
At the front straight now, Boneless Cigar getting set up by Speedy for a pass. Boneless Cigar even locked up into the final turn, wiggling pit, and Speedy is on the hunt. Takes the slipstream down the inside, and that is a clean move.
Yep, does that one very easily. So Boneless Cigar down to 4th in the Alfa Romeo. Speedy up to 3rd. Triton gets himself 5 seconds. Didn't see exactly, I guess he ran wide on the exit of the right-hander, something like that. Gets himself 5 seconds though, he must have run very wide.
This track likes to do these things.
Yeah. Ooh, as Pixel has a look up the inside and a little bit of contact between the two of them. Pixel has to back out of it. And I think he's going to lose a place to Ocean here as well as they head up the back straight side by side. It's Ocean to our left on board with Dead Pixel into turn 3, and Dead Pixel backs out of that one and lets his countryman pass.
Oh, Bass got a good acceleration there. Oh, he he's surfing on the curb there. That pic's not really lucky there. Bas goes deep into the next corner. That's a helicopter shot on my screen at least.
Yep. So those two sorting themselves out eventually. Further up the grid, we have Kirst now on the back of TipsyBob on those, well, they're both on soft tyres. So Kirst trying to maybe set Tipsy up. He decides to take the alternate track layout there, does Milos Martika, and he gets a better run on the exit as well. So it looks like he's going to be passed here as they head into the final corner. Tipsy just squeezing a little bit side by side into the final corner. Kirst has it though. Wonder if any of these guys are going to pit. Slash has already pitted. Oh no, in fact, Icewind has already pitted.
And Triton goes to the Tipsy goes to the pits.
Yeah, from what was P5, Icewind pits, and yeah, Tipsy pits as well on those soft tyres. So Icewind probably on a 2-stop here. He's going to put the mediums on and go probably for another set of mediums. NJJ right at the back, getting himself a penalty. So lap 7, and at the front we have a 5-second lead now for Etney, who is looking set to dominate this race. Copy and Speedy following on the medium tyre, but certainly at the moment Etney looking absolutely imperious at the front. He's very fast. Why are they yellows? Boneless Cigar has spun. Yeah, Boneless Cigar has spun.
Dangerous rejoin in my opinion, but I mean,
yeah,
like
it was a little bit.
That has to be penalised, but
he got a puncture. He's got a puncture. That's why. That's what happened to him. So Boneless Cigar going 1 lap too long on those soft tyres, and he has a puncture, and that effectively will destroy his race, I think.
And Kirst just barely squeezed through.
Yep, everyone going to have to be very careful indeed of that Sauber as he heads back to the pits. Kirst has got Nick behind him as well. Nick has played himself, as usual, into contention in this race on those hard tyres. Looking very fast indeed. Boneless Cigar limps all the way back to the pits. Slash LP, I think, is probably pitting this time on the soft tyres. He does. And I wonder if Kirst is as well. Kirst is not pitting. He's going another lap on those soft tyres, so he goes longer than anyone, as Boneless Cigar finally does manage to recover to the pits.
I wonder how much tyre wear he did have when the tyres popped. We know that on Thursday the same happened to Nath Luke in the Haas.
Absolutely.
To Icewind with a penalty. He's familiar to those.
Yeah, he cut the inside of
that pixel. That pixel not really putting up too much of a fight. He's still on his starting, on the compound he started on, which is a hard one compared to the fresh mediums Icewind is currently using.
Yep, so Icewind trying to make his way back through the field. Milos, we know, is very marginal on tyres. This is lap 9 or lap 8 for him on those soft tyres. He did a qualifying lap on those tyres as well. We're going to see as we head in. Oh, look how much he's struggling there, and the left-hander. He's already been overtaken by Nick this lap and is nearly 3 seconds behind him. That's Nick in the
racing point. I'm sure you'll go to the pits now. You'll fall victim to Triton before he reaches the pit, I assume.
Very possibly.
Okay. Yeah, Triton's run wasn't good enough, I guess. But just about, and he'll be happy if he manages to go to the pits. He runs wide then.
Outbreaks himself quite badly, but does make it, and I think he's probably going to be putting on the hard tyres.
Yes, he will. I'm sure. I listened to him while practicing, and he talked about that strategy call a lot.
Yep, he certainly did. So Kirst puts the hard tyres on the... I guess that was a glitch with the pit crew. They were ready, actually, so...
oh my god.
Kirst gets out of the pit lane. He's going to be under the end on those tyres.
Most blessed person ever. Just read the chat.
Yeah, 90%.
90%. Ooh. What a lad.
Yep, he certainly made it, and he's going to try and get to the end now on those hard tyres, which are also marginal. As we see Icewind coming back through the field. He's got Bascodinho ahead of him. Boneless Cigar from P17 in that other Sauber, or Alfa Romeo, gets himself a penalty. as does Dead Pixel, who is P30. Now, what happened to Dead Pixel? He got overtaken. Yeah, he just got overtaken by his teammate /LP on better tyres.
Things are not going too well for him. He's down in P13. He has got the old tyres on.
Speedy pits from 3rd. So Speedy is the first of the medium runners to pit. Wonder if he's going to be going to the end on hard tyres as well. I imagine he is. Looks like they are what is ready in the pit lane, and yeah, he does do that indeed. He was 2 seconds behind Copy, so I don't know if that's quite undercut range. It might not be quite close enough. Speedy is going to come out, I think, just ahead of this battle for 8th between Icewind and Baz. Icewind goes up the inside into turn 1, no problem at all for him. He's on much better tyres than Baz, of course. /LP likewise gets the move done on Dilla in the Red Bull, so he's up to 11th on those medium tyres. He'll have to stop again though. And Boneless Cigar likewise passes OceanChief, with them both being on medium tyres. That one's for P15. And now Kirst has some work to do, because Tipsy's probably going to the end. Dilla won't be able to go to the end. But I imagine that Tipsy is probably going to the end on those hard tyres. He's had them on since the end of lap 7. So marginal, but Tipsy is pretty good on tyres, so he can probably do it.
Yeah, I suppose. Etney is like... I mean, Etney and Copy are now in the pits,
Both
and I
in the
think
pits.
Etney has got, I think, an edge of like 3 to 5 tenths per second a lap on Copy.
Yep, I think that's right. There's Shu, who hasn't stopped yet, goes into the lead of the race. There is Etney exiting the pits in the background. Pretorius as well is going to be ahead of Etney as they head into turn 1. Oh, and Etney hits Pretorius there. Not hard enough, I don't think, to lose any wing, but Etney needs to be a little bit careful. That's the one way he loses this race, is to lose any of his front wing on the back of another car. And Copy and Speedy are absolutely together on track as well, on 5th and 6th. So those two.
Triton just got into the pit lane and they served a very long penalty down into P15.
Yeah, that was the 5 seconds, wasn't it, that he got earlier on for that incident. And he's being held up here behind Pretorius. Got a full battery, so he's probably going to be able to just draft past here, heading into the left-hander. He does, and he is up to 2nd place on track. So Etney looking pretty good at the moment. Speedy is right on the back of Copy. He has DRS, and the two of them are 3.6 seconds behind Nick in the...
Oh, Danny.
Nick in the racing point. Danny getting himself a penalty, so Danny obviously really struggling. Yet to stop.
He'll come in this lap. Looks like he's struggling, just from the looks of it. Looking at all this car.
Yeah, seems like it. Copy is using his battery as well. Copy going to the inside to defend against Speedy, heading into turn 1. Speedy, outbraking himself there, and is he going to be able to hang it around the outside? He got a good run, it looked like, on the exit. A little bit of contact as the hand goes up, a little bit of wheel banging. They're still side by side though. Copy ahead for the moment, and yeah, he's going to be able to get that into turn 3. The switch back from Speedy though, very nicely done from Speedy. It looks like he has the move done as they head into turns 5 and 6, and Speedy, for the time being, will stay ahead in that Toro Rosso.
They'll both get to the end of the race, aren't they?
Yep, I would have thought so. So these two will probably be together for a little while. It's quite difficult to break DRS around Bahrain. 3 DRS zones, of course, so it adds up to quite a lot of actual lap time. Well, Nick's still out there on those hard tyres. 3 seconds ahead of these guys. He's going to be pitting, probably putting the mediums on at some point, as Copy runs a little bit wide there in the right-hander.
I'll quickly check if something like that gives you a warning. Because
as usual, I think it depends whether you lift while you do it.
Yeah, he got a warning this lap, and I think that must have been this.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It is his first and only warning.
Oh, as Etney sends one up the inside of Shu on much better tyres, so Etney leads, although actually, yeah, he's going to have DRS as well, and he's going to be able to defend.
Try and take revenge. I doubt he will.
No, I don't think so. Etney covering the inside. He's going to have better traction, I think, on the exit as well of turn 3. So Etney back in the lead on the road, and he doesn't have to stop again.
Looks good indeed. Oh!
Into the hairpin they go. Pretorius as well having a pretty good race in that Renault. A little bit further behind. There's Boneless Cigar and Kirst doing a little bit of battling. What happened to Kirst there? Something happened to him, or if he was just a little bit slow off the corner. It's through turn 3 they go. A little bit further up, Speedy and Copy still absolutely together. Copy, of course, in DRS. Speedy doesn't have DRS at the moment. He will very soon, though, because he's coming up to Nick. In that racing point, Nick still hasn't stopped. He won't stop probably for quite a few laps yet on those hard tyres.
I think he'll have the luxury of... Oh, now Shu comes into the pits. And Shu's teammate Nick has got the luxury of being able to do a soft stint with soft tyres that have not been worn in qualifying.
Yep.
So I guess if Kirst did like, what was it, 9 or I think 8 laps, and they were 90%,
yep.
Maybe Nick will be able to do 8 laps and they will be at 60%.
Yep, that sounds about right. 8 or 9 laps seems like the limit for the soft tyres. So it might be that Nick decides that he can do that. He's got Speedy all over the back of him at the moment. And Nick, on those very old tyres, able to keep him at bay for the time being.
Yes, he's about to lose that position. I doubt there will be a dive here because it's no overtaking opportunity. But now Speedy, I guess, got the better run and he'll have DRS. It's a short straight though, yeah, looks like Nick has basically conceded it. So that's Speedy through, and he might actually, if he holds up Copy long enough here, might actually break the DRS.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. Copy, I would have thought, won't have too much of a problem getting past Nick here. Whether it'll be here or on the front straight. Looks like he's going to go for it here. Nick probably not going to fight him too hard heading into the final corner. Nicely done from the two of them. But yeah, you're right. Copy is... does he have DRS? He does. But he's right on the edge of that DRS range with Speedy. He'll gain a little bit on the straight, of course. He'll gain about 0.3 of a second, in fact, on the straight. But... a little bit of an opportunity maybe if Speedy can do a good lap here to pull out a little bit of a gap. Another penalty for Icewind. So we know he likes to pick up his penalties, and he's had a couple here today as well. So Copy at the moment still in range of Speedy. Nick is hanging on to the back of the two of them as well. Nick looking good for some good points here today.
Again, after he's won the last one from the back of the grid.
Yep, absolutely right.
Icewind's still with a decent run. He's a P5. He had a shot at winning the last one. He didn't, but maybe this time things will go better for him.
Well, he's going to have to pit again, unfortunately, for Icewind, so...
Yeah,
he's actually got a lot of work to do.
He'll make it to the end of the race.
Everybody except Nick, Icewind, Slash, yeah. In fact, yeah, it's the top 3 and it's Shu, I think, as well. So Shu's in a very good position.
Yeah, he is. He's only 13 seconds behind Icewind. He is... therefore, math is very hard. Like 18 seconds behind his teammate Nicholas, so...
Yep, something like that. Yeah, and he did the fastest lap of the race last time by the way, on the hard tyres, so asserting his dominance once again. Tipsy under some pressure here from Pretorius. I think Pretorius will be passed on the front straight this time by, on much better tyres.
Actually, right now, both Renaults being behind the McLarens, but that changes now as Pretorius dives to the inside.
Yep, Pretorius does make that move very cleanly.
Yeah, makes it look easy.
Yep, he really did.
Unless the car behind them. He'll have to pit again. He's in P11 right now.
Yeah, bonus cigar.
And bit of a lock up there.
As Baz
Struggling there
retires.
is, yeah, yellows, and that must have been for Baz. Let's hope we don't get a safety car.
A safety car would certainly,
I mean, it would be fun.
certainly spice things up, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'm always hoping for a safety car, but the drivers certainly are not. Or, I mean, those who can run to the end now
Yep.
would be mad.
Copy on the back of Speedy, and I just wonder if he's going to do a little bit of tyre saving here behind the Toro Rosso as best he can. He's still in DRS range. Speedy, of course, pitted a lap before Copy, so have a little bit of a tyre disadvantage. Nick pits from 4th, so he's going to go probably for the medium tyres to the end of the race, as I think he gets some screen freezes down the pit lane, which won't help him at all. He has a penalty as well. That's really unfortunate. Had a 5-second penalty. So he puts the medium tyres on. He's going to come out, I think, in... what is that? Probably P8 ahead of Pretorius.
Playing it safe
Maybe
on
not.
tires.
No, he's going to be behind that group, so...
Oh, he
Nick has
has
some
got
work
some
to do.
work to do. That's 5 cars.
Certainly is. So
Hey, technically, I guess he'll be faster than them if he wasn't. He could just sit it out. But
yeah, he should be a lot faster than them.
Yeah, exactly. Baz now out of the session, I'm afraid. No good race for him in the end. I forgot where he started, but I think he had a shot at being for they would have now retired.
Unfortunate for him, Dead Pixel right at the back, and he has to pit again for medium tyres. So a little bit of a gaggle here between these drivers. 8th to, it's going to be 13th very shortly. Another fastest lap from Etney. 32.0 on the hard tyres. Yeah, Nick's going to be doing his best to cruise up to the back of this little pack. Kirst might be under threat here from Triton, because I think Kirst has lost DRS here on Tipsy. As Triton just runs a little bit wide on the exit of the right hander, gets himself 3 seconds. You see the drivers in front forming an orderly queue heading down the front straight. Was that pitting? It's that bonus cigar pitting, it is. So another set of medium tyres probably to the end of the race for him. As Triton gets the move done on Milos Martika into turn 1. Outbrakes himself a tiny bit, but does manage to get it stopped in time. Going to be under threat here though. Kirst with the... maybe he didn't have DRS, maybe it was just slipstream. Has to take to the curb. It looks like Triton is going to get it though, at least for the time being. Oh, Triton with the lag though. That's unfortunate.
And look dangerous. Will Triton concede it here? I guess he has to. Oh, what a run out of the corner. He's alongside the rear tire of Triton. Not really a passing spot, but okay, he doesn't hang on to the outside. He could have. Would have been an annoyance. Oh, barely taps Triton here. Runs off track. Let's hope he doesn't get a penalty for that. He doesn't, but he's still hanging on to Triton. Nicholas, meanwhile, he's about to lose all patience, I suppose. I could understand him.
Yep, on much better tyres than these guys, and he's losing a lot of time. Yeah, he's losing a lot of time to these two.
He has to get the absolute best move and then basically hope that he can take double slipstream on the main straight, maybe get both. Runs very wide here, you see left tire on the curve. Not the best run from him. That was the moment he had to deliver. Now he is, I guess he'll be stuck there for some additional time. Corsa and Triton about to go side by side. Corsa on the inside, breaks a bit later. Triton early, slides wide. Nick sees his opportunity. Doesn't get it done. They are side by side, and now that's double slipstream for Nick, I suppose, and that's 3 wide. Down towards turn 4, and Nick yields.
Wisely backs out of it, but all of this time he's losing here, and almost loses the car as well on the inside. He's got a grandstand view of this battle, but he is losing a lot of time.
Yeah, also he's got only, he's probably a bit slow due to the fact that he's probably just having some popcorn here while driving, as he's watching a very, very tense battle. A nail biter really, but only for the 10, unfortunately.
We'll come back to that in a second, because Speedy is under a lot of pressure here from Copy for second place. Copy looks like he might be making a move here down the front straight. He goes to the outside. Speedy it was who covered the inside. Speedy braking quite late, a little bit too late, maybe a little bit of contact between them as well. Speedy desperate to stay in front, and he's going to have to go to the inside by the looks of it again. Oh, in fact, it gets DRS, so he's not going to have to defend the second time. Meanwhile, the 3 again towards the back of the top 10 as Dilla pits from the hard tyres. And yeah, it's very much as you were. Nick has managed to get past Curse. We didn't see where that happened, but I imagine it was through the corners. He's got a lot more grip, and now he's going to be putting Triton under pressure, I think, in that McLaren. Didn't get a good run out of turn 2 though, so he's going to have to wait probably until the end of this lap to get the move done.
Up front, Copy still just behind Speedy. I guess they've been following each other for
there was a battle at the beginning of this lap with a little bit of contact between the two of them. So Copy certainly is trying at the moment to do something about the Toro Rosso in front of him. Etney is away and gone, of course. He's won this race unless something happens to him. He's 13 seconds up the road.
For nostalgia purposes, lol. But also something to mention in the battle and Copy is that there might be a move done now as Speedy runs out of ERS.
Aha. Yep, looks like he ran out of ERS. Copy a little bit deep.
Still hangs in there. Not done, but yeah, the Ferrari gets past. P2 for Copy now. Can Speedy strike back? If you see the telemetry, you know that Speedy is short on ERS.
Oh, a little bit of contact and spinning is Copy. Oh, just a little bit of contact between them, and Copy goes around in the Ferrari.
Proper cosplay.
Yep, absolutely. So, didn't see who was at fault there. It was such a marginal incident between the two of them. But Copy it is who suffers, and he's got it all to do now in these last 9 laps or so. He's got 4 seconds to make up.
Yeah, I think Speedy just... I mean, Speedy closed the door early, but Copy technically had the space. I think. Yeah. I would call racing incident from the angle I had.
Yeah, looked like it to me as well. I didn't. It was a pretty good angle. We got the helicam for it, which was nice. Okay, but we'll have to look back and see exactly what happened there. But in any case, Copy is now nearly 5 seconds behind Speedy. And that is going to be a tall order for him to overcome in these last 8 laps.
Yeah, honestly, Speedy really didn't leave a lot of room. To me, it looks like Speedy turned in on him, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, we'll see whether there will be any penalties applied.
Might be given... I mean, we've reworked the penalty system, and by we, I mean Triton.
Yeah.
And now time penalties are a thing, and maybe... the FIA thinks that should be a time penalty. I don't know.
Yep, we'll see. That is certainly an option. Nick on Tipsy here. Tipsy's not going to be able to do anything about this.
And Pretorius and Iceman are also fighting that main straight.
Oh yeah, and you see those two up the road. Those two are side by side. As Nick does get the move done into turn 1. And Icewind, yeah, Icewind gets the move as well into 5th place for Icewind. He stopped a lap ago, and now he's, what, 9 seconds or so behind Shu.
Yeah. The half-flying fin in the Alfa Romeo.
Yep, absolutely. So...
Not quite a podium yet, so I want to undersell him a bit. Goes wide there. Is fine though, I suppose.
Another fastest lap from Etney, 1 minute 31.6, very fast indeed.
I'm about to look up penalties at the front. Last bets will be taken. Okay, Etney's got a penalty. 1 penalty for Speedy. No penalty for Copy.
So,
and
interesting.
Honestly,
I didn't realise Speedy had a penalty, so all Copy needs to do is be within 3 seconds.
Maybe even more, because I mean, I don't know, but just from if Copy will report this, then there might. I wouldn't be surprised if the FIA handed out a penalty for this, but also there's the possibility just that Copy just cannot be bothered because he's not. I mean, he's a reserve, so.
Yeah, well, it might not end up mattering if Copy is within 3 seconds of Speedy. So you see the two McLarens getting pretty close to each other. I think Triton is going to be looking to make a move sometime soon as Tipsy gets a little bit sideways through turn 1 there. I think he's going to be under pressure here, or is he just going to wave his teammate through? Nicely done from Tipsy. So Triton can get on with trying to catch, I guess, Pretorius in front of him now. He's not going to catch Nick because Nick is on much fresher tyres. So 7 laps to go in this one. Etney's going to win. There's still a question though over second place at the moment. Speedy and Copy, who had that contact a little bit earlier on in the race. Speedy with the 3-second disadvantage penalty-wise. We have a yellow in Sector 1. What is that for? Can't see anything. So looks like there's not anything particularly major. Nick is going to be catching Pretorius, I would think, fairly soon in that Force India. And I think he's probably going to have DRS this time by. So Nick, that's the gap at the moment. They head into the last corner. Kirst as well. He's going to be on TipsyBob quite soon. He's going to have DRS this time by as well. Nick has used most of his battery though, so he's going to have to charge some of his battery before he is able to make this move. Pretorius, of course, on much worse tyres. Surprised Nick a little bit there with the braking. No move to be done this time by. Copy now within 3 seconds of Speedy, so he is obviously faster on those slightly fresher tyres, and I think he'd been saving resources as well while he was behind Speedy in DRS. So I would have thought that Speedy is going to be beaten to that second place by Copy. And we're going to have a check 1-2 in round 2 of the SLR Tier 1 Championship. Kirst now all over the back of Tipsy. Speedy pits, so Speedy was in tyre trouble as well. So he has to pit. I wonder if he's going to put the softs on and try and do fastest lap. I wonder if that's why he's pitted, to try and get a fastest lap. Knew he wasn't going to get second place anyways. Kirst has a little bit of a look on the inside of Tipsy. Got probably enough battery to... Oh, almost runs into the back of Tipsy there in the braking zone. Looks like he's okay though. And he's going to be using that DRS to very good effect. So alongside and past goes Tipsy. Nick has passed Pretorius as well. While that was happening, Pretorius going to be under pressure from Triton, I would have thought, very soon. Speedy has come out just in front of Shu, but of course he's on incomparably better tyres and the Racing Point. And Kirst has fallen behind Tipsy again. Did he make a mistake there?
I didn't
Kirst?
see it.
I didn't see either, but he's got work to do again. So 4 laps to go. The question for the hard runners is that whether their tyres are going to last to the end of the race, whether Miloš is able to last on those tyres, whether Tipsy's got 2 laps older tyres, is going to be able to last on those hard tyres.
As Tipsy completes with what is basically a hot lap to give him an extra point. And it is not a...
That was his out lap, wasn't it?
Ah, okay.
Speedy?
It
Yeah.
was running in...
Fastest lap from Icewind, 31.6 on the medium tyres, but yeah, Speedy's going to be able to go much faster, I'm sure.
Yeah, bad news for Icewind.
Nick and
Not going to get the
Pretorius
extra point.
into the hairpin. Tipsy and Kirst again side by side. Tipsy on the outside, Kirst on the inside. Kirst is past for the time being, but I don't know for how long. Who's going to have DRS here? He has DRS, Tipsy does, so Kirst trying to defend on the inside. Tipsy trying to hang it around the outside. Not really going to be any grip there for him, though.
Oh, Speedy! He just absolutely obliterated his tires while doing a drift in turns 9 and 10. Might still get the fastest lap, though.
I think he'll be alright. He'll probably get the fastest lap here.
Yeah. Icewind was capable of setting the fastest lap on 5 lap medium, so he'll do it on both softs.
Yep, I would have thought so.
All of his ERS and even with a mistake, I guess. Should be like at least half a second quicker if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be more than that. I think this will be in the maybe even like the 29s, something like that. It'll be very fast. When he crosses the line, not quite a 29, a 30 though, a 30.9 for Speedy.
That's basically what I expected, especially after the mistake. It was quite a big one.
Yeah, fair enough. So Speedy with the extra point for fastest lap at the moment. Triton is in DRS range of Pretorius. Tipsy has fallen out of DRS range of Kirst. The big question for those two will be tyres. So a little bit of contact there. I think Triton had his car unsettled a little bit by nudging the back of Pretorius. This is going to have to save his battery as well for the next lap or so if he wants to get this pass. Into the hairpin lap and two and a half laps I guess to go, because Etney has already started his 28th lap. He's got 2 laps to go on those hard tyres. He's going to win this race by a very long way indeed.
Boneless also didn't manage to recover after that mistake of his.
Yeah, no, he's had to 2-stop as well. Boneless, unfortunately.
Slash also didn't quite get to grips with the game so far, I suppose, because he has turned off to be able to run in Tier 1. I think he was running some before. I'm not 100% certain on that, but that's what I took away from some talks on the TeamSpeak on the Discord.
Yep, I think you might be right. Triton in range of Pretorius. I think he had a little bit of lag there, so I don't think he's going to be close enough this time with 2 laps to go. Triton going to have to maybe save up his battery for a run on the last lap or something like that. He's going to use it all here. And he's going to try maybe and send one. Pretorius had to think about defending. Triton sending one up the inside. And just about leaving room on the exit. Pretorius with not quite enough traction to get him back. Triton though has no battery. Pretorius has some. So this battle might not be over just yet. Triton trying to defend, and Pretorius goes to the inside. He got a much better run out of the hairpin. In side by side into the double left-hander. Still going to be side by side through there. A little bit of lag between them as well. Excuse me. Pretorius, at least for the time being, staying behind. Does have better tyres than Triton, but Triton seems to have the pace. And Triton again getting some lag, unfortunately for him, so I'm gonna have to save his battery. Doesn't have very much as he sideways into the final corner. That was a mistake from Triton. He's going to be under severe pressure here as they head down towards turn 1. Pretorius, I think, is going to be passed before they ever get to the braking zone.
But the behind after that comes another DRS zone, but Triton kind of compromises line.
Not close enough. Yeah.
Stood in his way, and also Triton will both will run out of ERS soon.
Oh, and again drifting it through there, Triton.
Yeah, and I think even maybe with a penalty, I thought he maybe had another 5 second. Oh, cursed! And Etney, by the way, wins.
Yep, Etney wins the race. He's won this race very easily indeed. It's been a dominant return to SLR for the Season 1 champion. It's good to see him back, and it's good to see that he's lost absolutely none of that speed. Kurz got a puncture. He's got a puncture.
Oh yes, puncture for Kurz.
Is it a puncture? Yeah, it is. It is a puncture.
It is the first pass through and the second pass through, and that is Kurz down to P12, and he'll probably maybe even end up retiring. I don't know.
I think he might get to the end, but yeah, no, he's certainly not going to be scoring any points. Unfortunately, we know he was close on tyres in the first stint, and in the second stint,
oh wow,
just come back to bite him.
Yeah, I was wondering because he had a fat half spin out of turn 4, where his teammate Copy spun.
Yeah.
And like half a lap, just like 15 seconds later, saw he was tumbling down the order. I guess that's what happened. Maybe you even caught that puncture in that particular drift.
Nick actually got overtaken on penalties by Pretorius, but I think the 5 seconds for the contact under safety car will come off, and I don't think he will lose that 6th place after the post-race penalties get taken off. So I think he will be 6th in that Force India, or the Racing Point, which is a fantastic drive.
If he loses 5, be 5th.
Oh, maybe. Don't know.
And he would also get Icewind, I guess. But Icewind with a good drive, and Shu also with a very quiet but good drive again.
Yep, absolutely. He had a very good race. There is Etney taking his trophy. Yeah, Shu with a very solid drive to finish 4th. That was really good. No penalties for him. Copy, of course, finishing 2nd behind Etney. Speedy getting the fastest lap in the end on those soft tyres, but has to settle for 3rd place. And Shu 4th, Icewind with a pretty good drive, finishing 5th. That was a 2-stopper from Icewind, soft onto medium, and he made that work. Pretorius P6, Nick from the back of the grid, a very good drive from him, finishing 7th, although we think that at least he will be ahead of Pretorius. And if it is 5, yeah, it's 5 seconds, so he might end up finishing 5th, depending on what the stewards decide to do after the race. So good stuff from him. Triton finishing 8th on those very old tyres that were really struggling at the end. Tipsy inheriting 9th from Kirst, and Dilla inheriting the final point from the stricken Kirst as well. So Kirst ending up finishing all the way down in 15th place, unfortunately for him, with those penalties and with that puncture.
Okay, so that's the race for you. Let's move on to the driver of the day. And honestly, I think it might be considered a bit lame, but just the standout performer today for me was Etney. I mean, he won by 20 seconds, and Copy was like, I think 15 or something ahead of Speedy in the end, so he was 35 seconds ahead of the first time driver. He absolutely dominated him. Dominated it. We expected him to. At least I did. He basically did what his titleless Season 1 champion promised.
Yep, absolutely.
Still worthy of driver of the day, in my opinion. I would give it to Etney.
Yep, no argument from me at all. Etney with a fantastic drive, showing exactly why he won the Season 1 championship. I believe he's improved since then as well, so he's
also dropped
really
the racing line.
And yeah, he's dropped the racing line, so he really is one of the elite drivers now in F1 2019, and he showed exactly why today. An absolutely dominant performance, and yeah, I think he gets my vote as well for driver of the day. So congratulations to Etney, a 25-point haul for him and a driver of the day award as well. So where are we? We are at 6:45, and we have an Assetto Corsa race coming up at 8 o'clock. So I think we probably just have to
wrap it up.
Wrap it up, don't we, without talking to anyone, which is quite unfortunate. Sorry if anyone wanted to have an interview, but I think we have to get ready for Assetto Corsa, and we have to give Ocean plenty of opportunity to get himself ready. What's happening here? Are you? Oh, Thimo has. Thimo is apparently not the smartest. What is Thimo doing? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We'll figure out exactly what Thimo is. There he is. So
I don't want to talk about it. Was dumb. What happened? What?
So that has been Bahrain Tier 1. Thanks everyone for joining us. Keep it here on EGL. We have a set of course coming up.
Even with Benz as a commentator, if I got it right.
Whoa.
I think Benz and OceanChief will be commentating.
That is epic. So yeah, stick around for that one. Those two commentating is going to be a fun time. But yeah, from me, I think it's going to be goodbye. Anything to say at the end of the broadcast, Thimo? I'm not going to call them final thoughts.
If I've got anything to say, not really. Watch us getting nay-nayed by Yugos. Make sure to check it.
Yep, that's going to happen. We will
and that
see.
Was no sandbag.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, join Ocean and Vance for 2SRL Assetto Corsa shortly after this. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.